This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with a busy Shane McGuigan this week. All around London, mate. But other than that, how's things, mate?
Yeah, just trying to find a balance. We're here today. I was at Ellie's workout yesterday. So yeah, all good, mate. Everyone's in good form. Looking forward to the weekend. Just a last little push now. Get the weight off with both girls, and they're there or thereabouts. But just make sure they get to championship weight. And then we'll roll on Saturday.
Absolutely. I did ask this question to Eddie Hearn, and I said, is there much for yourself? Is there much conversation with Ben and Eddie about, trying to help yourself out when you got two fighters on the same day? Is there much of a conversation there? And I suppose they haven't really helped much.
Nah, well, the two of them are just, I don't know. They could have gone about this differently, but look, we're happy to. We're thankful for the opportunities to be out. That's the thing. And, luckily it's both in London. There was a show October 7th for Matchroom, and we were trying to get Ellie on that one. But at the same time, she's a London girl. She sells more tickets down here, so it makes more sense. I don't ever want it to be me that's holding that career back. So we managed to work around it on this occasion. But as Caroline's headlining, so when Ellie starts to push on and get closer to headlines, then obviously we'll have to just. This never happened again.
Absolutely. We'll start on Caroline. Headlining this time. It's good to see. How good is it to see Sky giving such a push for her and really having sort of wanting her to be the face of women's boxing on Sky?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. She's with a, she's got that ability to have that conveyor belt right through. Katie Taylor's got all of the belts, so we'll see what goes on after that Chantel Cameron rematch. But yeah, I mean, she's ready to go now. We'll get a much better indication of how close she is to world level on Saturday night, because obviously it's for the IBO. But this girl's been in with decent fighters. She's just got a draw against Estelle Mosley at the weight division above, so it's not an easy fight. It's not a pushover, but she needs those acid fights to really grow in confidence before she goes on and fights for the other belts, because you can't go back from then.
Does it show the maturity of someone like Caroline, where she's been through so much this year, a lot of public family disputes that have been very, very difficult for her? Does it show the maturity of her, where she's just keeping going on with it?
Yeah, no, she's a very strong-minded girl. Just starting. I think any female boxer that's starting up boxing, especially with amateur clubs being so male-dominant clubs over the years, it shows a lot of strength in characters. Ellie's the same, got great strength in character. So yeah, it's really nice to see her sort of mature as a person, and but more importantly, her boxing as well is getting better all the time, and she's getting more confidence in that.
So, and we see Ellie back out. How far off do you think we are from seeing her unifying the division?
I think we're going to go for a unification after this one. There's a French girl that's potentially an option, and obviously Matchroom have I think she's an Argentinian or Venezuelan girl. She's got a WBA. And then obviously you've got the WBC with the girl that boxed Serrano. So there's options there. We just need to figure out which one wants to take it and when we can get those fights on. But it's an exciting time for Ellie, for sure.
We see Billam-Smith there yesterday. I know he's focusing on Ellie. He's over there as well. We see him yesterday. Do you think he's keeping an eye on Oppenheimer Thompson for potential future opponents?
Oh, definitely. You don't get a chance to go and watch her. Yeah, he's going to be working the fight on BBC Radio 5 live as well. So, it's a perfect opportunity to get a scouting mission. I mean, Oppenheimer hasn't been in the ring for a long time. Obviously, he has a double break in his jaw, but after beating Bradis, he is almost he's a Ring Magazine #1. So, it's definitely in his sights, in his radar. So he has to go out over there and assess how good he is in the flesh.
How far are we off from an Okolie rematch for Billam-Smith? He said to me in an interview that he wants it, it's been activated, but the broadcasters aren't necessarily interested. On an Okolie side, how close are we?
I don't think. Look, I mean, we can't speak on the broadcaster's behalf. I mean, there's some stuff that's holding it up, and it's not on our side. I'm not sure if it's on Lawrence's side or whether it is or isn't. But look, we're ready to go. We want to get this fight on before the end of the year, so that's the most important thing for us.
Another one, Adam Azim's back out on a European title shot. Exciting time for him for another big belt that pushes on potentially for world honours.
Yeah, great. I mean, it's a great opportunity. You know, Petr a decent fighter, was a decent amateur as well. So throws a lot of punches. Southpaw is going to cause, going to give us some different looks. Give us some rounds where he'll have to start thinking and working his way through it. Off that last fight, he was out of the ring for a long time. He was in with a live opponent, a guy that really was loading up with big shots rather than putting them together. It's a completely different fight, and I think this is going to showcase Adam for also what he's learned in those last two fights. And I think moving forward, it's going to hold him in good stead. But I think he's going to become European champion on November 18th for sure.
Absolutely. Moving away from the stable, last weekend we see Joe Joyce take a second defeat to Zhilei Zhang. Was there any surprises at that?
I think there was a few surprises for me, him coming in so heavy. You're trying to outsize a guy that's almost just that little bit bigger than you, or equally as big as you. And the thing is that Joe Joyce's main attributes are his size, his fitness, and his strength. And he's able to overwhelm people. He's not a one-punch knockout, but he'll grind you down. And someone like Zhang is just 20-odd stone, punch, got good boxing ability. He's a southpaw. If it was me, I would have tried to make him hit fresh air for a bit. Joe's never going to be there with lateral movement, going side to side. He's going to be using his feet. He should be using his feet to get out of the way of shots. And over the years with the amateur setup, he was using his legs to get in and out of range, and that's how he wouldn't take pick up collateral damage. But I think he's lost that a little bit, and he's just trying to manhandle these guys. And really, it gets to a stage where that will work at a certain stage, but then. And it might even work higher up with certain opponents. Do you know what I mean? Say like a Deontay Wilder, someone that's not physically that strong. You've got to almost impose your size. But someone like Zhang, it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? So I just think tactically they got it wrong. I think he can come back. I know he's 38. I think he can come back. I think he wasn't knocked out cold with that shot. That shot would have knocked, I'd say 99% of the heavyweights in the whole entire world. They would have knocked them out cold with that shot. So he has. I saw a comment saying his punch resistance is gone. I don't think that's the case at all.
It's funny you say that because Tony Bellew came on TalkSport and made comments that he wouldn't beat Fabio Wardley, talking about not being British level. But previously, people comparing him to a 90s George Foreman. Does it show how much things sort of changed with those comments?
It's boxing, isn't it? It's like 1 minute you're invincible. He walks through Joseph Parker, absolutely steamrolls him, and never been stopped before. Box AJ, box Ruiz, and then he goes and knocks him out. And everyone's like, "Oh, he's a beast." He's indestructible. He gets knocked out, or he gets outboxed, hurt, then he gets knocked out. Oh, he's terrible. Yeah, he's not even past British level. It's just unfortunately boxing, and everyone's got their opinion. And obviously Tony values boxing in a certain way. But you've also got you don't win an Olympic silver medal, you don't win a European heavyweight title without having something about you. His excelling trait is there, he's just not using it to his advantage.
Absolutely, Shane, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. All the best for a busy weekend for you, mate. Cheers.